The story of Batman is a very tragic one. But all great stories are tragic. You can learn a lot from negativity. You can learn a lot from evil. But I'm sorry if it's windy, but I'm gonna try to speak up. I'm gonna try to speak up and to make sure y'all can hear me. But okay, so Bruce Wayne loses his parents on that alleyway, and see, his story starts like a villain, like the story of a villain. See, most people would take that tragedy and turn and go, I felt so badly hurt. The pain was so unbearable. I'm gonna make sure everybody feels what I feel, because I am in such pain. I want everybody to come to my level to relate to me, because misery loves company. And I don't know, that's very interesting, very interesting. But the way Batman took that, he felt so much pain that he went, I felt that felt so bad. I'm gonna make sure nobody goes through what I went through. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure everything goes. No one has to suffer like how I did. And so I find that I just wanted to share that. I find that very interesting. How you can take something negative and match that vibration, or you can take something negative and completely turn it around and completely turn it into good. So if you have something bad going on in your life, you can always turn that around and use it as your momentum instead of defining it as holding you back. So I like these ideas so much. This is what I'm passionate about. And I just love perspectives. I love thinking about all these different perspectives, negative and positive, because the more negative and positive you are aware of, the more consciously you can make that choice, and that's how you learn. That's how you learn, like, how to improve, how to grow. Because you can't really teach somebody or guide somebody into positivity if you never went into deep darkness. And so I feel like fate had to, like, decided Bruce Wayne is responsible enough and strong enough to go through that experience of losing both of his parents. And he's just powerful enough, like, you see where I'm going with this, right? See, most villains, they just want to be heard. They just want to be felt. It's so easy to take that little dopamine of pleasure and glory, but true pleasure and glory comes from your ability to go through deep darkness, turn that around, and teach your children how to evolve and how to grow from that. Because that's the most important thing. If you're not able to teach your children or better your children, because that's the whole point of life, is to better your children. See, I don't understand that ideology of, oh, why does it matter what I do in my life? Wait, hold on. Why does it matter what I do in my life, since I'm just gonna die anyway? And in a sense, I understand what people are saying, but I don't like that ideology, because what if you reincarnate into this life and life ain't even better? because of you. Life ain't better because of you. But even if you don't believe in reincarnation, it yes, the fucking matters what you do in this life, because life is all about making sure your children have a better life than you did, making sure your children had an easier time than you did. But again, you must go through like deep experiences of darkness and suffering to truly understand that, because that's just the world we're living in. We're living in the world of polarity. So good and evil are gonna be lurking, and you can't make the evil go away, but you can make it not affect you or be irrelevant to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you look at a color red and someone says, oh, look at that blue, I mean, it doesn't, like, it does. They're saying their words don't have no weight because you don't relate to that. In your opinion, that color is red. So good and evil will always exist. Evil will always exist, but it's your power to have that knowledge and just that deep understanding that you can make that conscious choice of choosing whether to feel good or to feel bad. Now, I understand sometimes you can't control how you feel, and sometimes you just feel negative like that because of some deep subconscious beliefs that you have that you still haven't discovered. But like, it's not like you're gonna discover tomorrow. It takes time. Like, everything takes time, because we're living in because that's just the effects of what it's like to live in a physical world. In the physical world, the main elements of the physical world are time and space, or else the world wouldn't be physical, or else we'll live in a world where everything you think of comes in an instant manifestation. But since we live in a world where there's time and space, yes, you must work hard to represent, to show to the world, hey, this is truly what I'm about, and this is truly what I want to do, and I'm taking those steps to getting there. That is the true power of change, is when you're willing to wait, when you're willing to go through the process, when you're willing to go through the loading screen and work and have that mindset. That's just how, like, that's just the world we're living in, the world of polarity. Yin yang. I love yin yang. I love the yin yang. That's my favorite symbol. Like, ever since I was a kid, I was like so fascinated by the yin yang, because that's the world we're living in. Positive and negative doesn't mean that the negative has to affect you. It just means that negative will always exist, and sometimes negative will hit you, but you can always turn that around. Even if you don't know how to turn a negative thing around, you can always make some change. If you truly cannot change how you're feeling negatively about something, just stay away from that. You can always stay away from that. You can always choose to do so. You're just making excuses if you're just moping about your problems. Now, I know it's easier said than done. I am the master of coming up with good advice but not being able to follow it. I'm a master at that, but at least I'm honest about it, and at least I am growing. At least I started this channel so I can talk to y'all about my opinions, my emotions, my thoughts, and so that I have someone or something, just a way to communicate, because that's my frequency, that's my vibration. I need to communicate, and the future is technology. The future literally is technology. Like everybody is doing live streaming, everybody is doing videos, everybody's doing content, because that's where we have to migrate to, because AI is gonna take over everybody's job, but AI cannot take over like this kind of job necessarily, like really, because this is how you connect with people emotionally. AI, you can connect to AI emotionally. AI is just a program that just takes everything that already exists and just meshes it up like a Frankenstein. But when it comes to real connection, real human connection, this is the closest thing we got, this is the best thing we got, and so we gotta take advantage of that. If you want to start making videos, start making videos, bro. This is the future. This is the start sooner than later. Like IShowSpeed started when he was what, like 16, 17. Like it's possible, bro. It's possible. You just gotta start. But yeah, live streaming videos, that's the future, and whether you like it or not, that's just how it is. So take advantage of technology, take advantage of this, and yeah, do what you must, man. But I ain't forcing you to do nothing, right? Like I feel like you are like conscious enough of what for me not have to say that, right? Like, you know what I mean? I've never been good at like jobs. I've never been good at working. And so instead of torturing myself with that, I'ma just keep making these videos and talk to y'all, inspire as many people as I can. I don't really care about fame. Yeah, fame is nice, I'm not gonna lie. Like, just like how money is nice, I don't care about money, but sure, money is nice. But I'm doing this so I can connect with people, and if you don't connect with me, then stop, get out. You're not my fan. Then this content is not for you. Like, you know what I mean? I am forcing you to watch my videos. Why you gotta torture yourself? But yeah, that's it. That's how I wanted to say. Batman turned negativity into a positive. Even if he didn't knew exactly that that's what he was doing consciously, even if, right, like, still you can learn from that, even though he's a fictional character. But you can apply that to life. Art imitates life. And but don't be a villain, bro, because like everybody has fantasized about being the misunderstood villain, and then people feel compassionate about you once they finally understand you. Like, nah, like don't be a villain. Don't ever be a villain. Just try to be good, because everything you do matters. It matters for your children. It matters for the future generations. So yes, it matters. If you come into life thinking that nothing matters, thinking that you can do whatever you want, yeah, you're not helping anybody, and you're being very selfish. But yeah, by the way, I'm gonna start making videos in landscape mode instead of, I don't know, portrait. Yeah, portrait. Because yeah, it's just quality. It's just have better quality for y'all. All right, I just wanted to talk about, share my ideas, and maybe help you out, or maybe help, or like, it's because I want to be inspired. I love to be inspired. But how do I get more inspiration from the world? Is by me inspiring people first. I must first inspire people to be inspired by people. It's just like how Michael Jackson said, if you want to make the world a better place, change first, bro. You gotta change first. If you want to see more positivity in the world, be positive first. You can't come into the world with a bad attitude and expect the world to be better because of it. No. That's control. That's limitation. That's forcing. You're not supposed to force. And there's always gonna be people who are gonna disagree with you. But like I said, the positive and the negative will always exist. It's just a matter of how much does it affect you? How much does the negative affect you, rather than the positive? I'm yapping for too long. Thank you for watching.